Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Teamfight Tactics Patch 9.18 Notes Review. I am Vessel, here just to give you my thoughts on the patch. Alright, let's see. So, where's state of the game right now? Well, basically, 9.16 was the Imperials and Nobles patch. 9.17 nerfed that and kind of made demons overpowered, added Pantheon. Now 9.18. Let's see. This week our focus is on a few of TFT's core systems. First, we're reworking the item distribution system with the goal of increasing game for a more fair experience. So made the change to XP breakpoints. Okay. Wow, they changed the XP? Champion pool amounts and champion drop rates. Less than at least Nico's help should help you complete those 2 stars and chase after 3 stars, and is the first consumable item in the mode. Outside the gameplay, keep your eyes open for 3 new little legends of the Star Gar variety. Oh, that'll be cute. And new soundtrack. Alright, that's kind of cool. Alright, so. Okay, mystery box system. So you change items for just you need PvE rounds. Goals keep a variety of experience across many games. Also make the game more fair over course single game. Let's see, common boxes contain gold. Champions are Nico's help. Uncommon is item components. Gold champions Nico's help. Rare spatula. Full items. Gold champion. Same number of boxes across single game. Same number of items, components across single game. Okay. Nico's help places on a champion to create a 1-star copy of that champion and add it to your bench. Doing so consumes Nico's help. Okay, so basically instead of needing 9 copies of a champion, you'll need 8 if you have Nico's help. Which is honestly pretty broken. If you can now create, like, think about if you need 2 Jinxes, right? And it gives you 1-star copy of the Jinx, that's huge. Or if, like, say you need the 2-star Swain, that gives you a copy of a Swain, that's huge. I personally have found myself getting stuck with the 4 or 5 cost champion pairs very often. So Nico's help, especially later in the later rounds, is pretty crazy. Now I do like that they are making sure everyone gets the same number of boxes across single game, because there's some games I've, like, even the first stage, I've had 2 items on the first stage, 2 like completed items, like 4, half items, combine them to 2 full items. And other times I've had just the one from the carousel and that's it. So I do like that they have same number of boxes and they're trying to even out the item components across single game. I don't think it makes sense to give everybody, say 8 components pretty fairly, because it doesn't really, well, I'll say this, it'll feel more fair, but say you get like 3 cloaks and 3 armor drops, it's going to feel pretty crappy. So, my view of the game is to get that top 4, you have to have a good composition and good econ, and to get in that top 2 range, you need to have items that complement your composition. Alright, so let's get more into the systems. Let's see, XP adjustments. Slightly inflated gold for the new loot system. They've adjusted it to make how much XP it takes to level. So, 10 XP at 5, it's 12. 18 is 20, 32. 8 from 46 to 50, and 9 to 70. Okay, so this is the first time I've seen the patch notes. I think the level 5 jump and 6 jump are probably the most crucial in my eyes. That means it's going to cost you a whole, like, 4 gold basically to get to 6. And it's going to be more difficult to rush 5 and rush 6 than it used to be. Which is pretty crazy, since a lot of the game at the moment is how quickly can you get to level 6 to get those, 4 cost units that take your comp, from okay to pretty good. So, however, it should be balanced out by the fact that everyone gets more drops, and with the boxes, you could get gold or you could get items, you're not sure. So, Seems pretty fair overall. See tier drop rates. So let's see, level 3s. So my adjustments how likely which tier champions will appear at a few different levels. Clear or early, mid, and late game phases. This looks like you could get a level 3 sooner. Level 5s are harder to get. Oh, okay, I see. So at your little champions level 3, this is 1 cost, 2 cost, 3 cost, 4 cost, 5 cost. So basically they've made it, you won't get as many 2 costs at level 3. Level 4, you have a better chance of getting 4 costs. Wow, that's pretty crazy. So yeah, if you can get a level, that makes level 5 rush a lot better now, because with a 2% increase in getting a 4 drop, that means you can start building, you can more quickly figure out that 4 cost champion that fits what potential composition you have, and then build around that sooner. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, but then they removed the 0.5% chance of the level 5, the 5 cost drop at level 6. Wow. So that means no 5 costs until level 7. So that's a massive change. You know, not that again, a 0.5% chance is really low, but I think we've all had games where we've gotten like a Kale or a Karthus, super early when we've hit in 6, and I've definitely lost a lot of people that got that early 5 cost champion that can honestly change the tide and really get a win streak going when you're at level 6. So the fact that you can't get that anymore at all is pretty crazy, and that it doesn't even go into the 4 cost. Like the 4 cost is still 10. So that's pretty crazy. And then at level 9, they basically just made it a higher percent chance for the 5 cost. Okay, all is the same. All right. So what does that mean? It means getting to level 5 is pretty huge. So you have a 2% chance of getting the 4 cost, and it means getting to level 6 isn't what it used to be, and now it's about getting to level 7. So that means you really need to econ to go from 5 to 7, honestly, because 6 isn't that important of a level jump. As you can tell here, it doesn't even change the odds of anything. All it does is, let's see, 35, 35, 25, 25, 35, 30, and then 5 to 10. So it's a 5% jump for 4 cost units, and you lose 10 from that, and increase 3 there. So yeah, I mean that getting to level 5 is huge, but getting to level 6 not as important as it used to be. So it's more about econing, getting to 7, and then starting to build that, late game team comp. So that's kind of cool. I like that because it creates more balance. It's definitely now much more important to have, the silver rated champions, since you'll be in a level 6 a lot longer than before. Before I used to rush to 6 in ways to get that 5% and then try to get to 7 to keep pushing, pushing the lead. Now I'm going to start econing more, getting to 5 first, and then, trying to be smart about when to go next. See pool sizes. It is a proven bit too consistent to get 2-star tier 3 champs. Shrinking the bag to row players build the path less taken. Alright, so this means that, say Volibear, right? Volibear's tier 3 champ. There used to be 21 Volibears in the pool, now there's only 18. So that means it's a lot. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. 3 divided by 7, 3 divided by 21, 14. Yes, yeah, so that's a 15% reduction in pool, which is pretty crazy. Wow. So that means you really can't copy someone else's comp. Like say someone else is going glacials, you can't go glacials because glacials have a lot of 3-cost units. You have the Ash and Volibear. If someone else is going demons, that's of Morgana and an Evelyn. So, it's going to be a lot more difficult, since it takes. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more difficult to copy the same paths as other people, which is kind of cool because a lot of times in the later game, you kind of see the same comps. Like I've seen, double demon, double assassins, or double nobles, so this should make it more challenging and force people into more off-meta stuff, which I think is better overall for the game versus everyone rushing for the exact same thing and just whoever happens to hit the rolls better wins. Let's see, item stacking and clarity. Took a pass odds for they stack cells away and therefore you that they don't. Let's see, adding copies items that do not stack will not cause the bounce of any champion they're placed on. Unique items will be labeled as session tips. Okay, wow. So you can't stack items anymore. So you can't stack. Alright, that's fine. They weren't meant to stack anyway, so that's cool. Basically, all the spatula items can't stack on top of each other. Which is cool. Good. I mean, that just cleans up people that, were making bad choices. Alright, new traits. Adding a new 9-piece. Wow. Spatula items. These are not choosing your champs, but we like the high-end chase option, so I'll explore a few more. So 9 assassins grants 225 crit and 40% crit chance. Wow, that's crazy. That's like you just die. Sorcerer's 175% spell power. That makes Karthus and oh gosh, Vigard just broken. All right, Wild. Finally, they've buffed Wild. Okay. Yeah. So before the 2 Wild and 4 Wild, they both just got the same buff, which was 12% attack speed per stack, and then with 4 gave it to the whole team. But it was no increase in the ability. So now all your allies gain 12% attack speed up to 5 stacks, and their base attacks can't miss. Wow, that's pretty crazy. So that means basic damage is guaranteed, and you don't have to build items. It's kind of a buff. It's useful against Yordles. But it basically means you're guaranteed to stack your ability. So it's nice, but it kind of takes it from a, like say C minus to like a C, or a C to a C plus. Like I don't think that's that massive of a change, but I'll have to play it out and see if it's actually worth running. See general trade adjustments. They gave the Golem more armor, which is good because Elementalists didn't feel that good. Wow, they upped the night damage buff slightly. That's pretty nice. And 3.25 to 3.95. So they made the assassins wait a little bit longer for the jump, which I actually prefer because this means, if you're doing assassins right and you're having them, all in, say your board is, I can't even draw it, can I? Your board's here, and put it on the back line, that gives you half a second of time for the enemy champions to move forward. So I like that because then you actually target the back line, unless they have the RFC on. So I actually like that change. All right, let's see. Camille buffed. Elise buff again. She was useless. More armor for Graves. Nerfed Karthus. And, wow, made Kha'Zix harder to solve. They nerfed Kha'Zix even more. That's not cool. Let's see. Pike. Wow, so he was only guaranteed to get one ult off now. More health for TF. And more mana from the blue card. Wow, so TF, stacking a TF is now like super valuable because that's, wow, that's 50% increase at level 1 and 30% at 50, I think. So I'm not sure momentum math's not that good, but that's pretty crazy. Good. They nerfed Evelyn. I like that. They nerfed her multiplier. That's good because she would kill my Draven when he only had around 60 health, and I was like, that's crazy. Especially because he had all my items too. Katarina mana. Oh, good. Finally, now she's not a 6-tier champion. Maybe you can only have to stack, 4 to make her useful, but no, that's pretty good. Akali. Wow, Akali got a buff. that's massive. Now that makes me want to run Assassins more with the Katarina and Akali. Anivia. So is it her ability over 6 seconds now versus 8? I mean, that does more damage faster, but I wonder if that means her pool doesn't last 8 seconds, only lasts 6. So, I mean, that's kind of good. So then she's guaranteed to get damage off, but I think we've all had times when the Anivia pools on, like, you know, a random champion that got pulled or the front line that moved up, but it's not on the back line at all. So hopefully that means it's more damage faster and it's over in 6 seconds, and then she can place a new one faster. So I like that change. Makes her a good unit. And they already nerfed Pantheon, his health, and his damage. So I think that's whatever. He seems like an okay unit. Just Dragons and Guardians aren't exactly super popular to go at the moment, so that's kind of whatever. Alright, let's see. Items. Nerf the BF tech damage. Wow, they almost a whole full second on the Frozen Heart debuff. Wow, that's huge. That makes the item really useful. Wow, okay, the shield debuff on Locket, so now it's kind of worth going it for defensively. 25 over 4, 33 for 3. I like that. 4 seconds was way too long. But that's almost like too much of a trade-off that now 3 attacks for 3 seconds. I mean, that's... Especially you stick that on, like, say, Yasuo, and he already has an attack speed item. That's pretty good. And the whole second on Zephyr, wow, that's... So they really buffed the damage items here. Or the let's say, non-classic, right? The defensive items. Now, I think that's pretty useful. Balances them out, so I like that. And then bug fixes. Finally, this is good. So Morgana's ability. Okay, problem with, yep. Enemy units? Wow. I did not know that would happen when they were re-enabled. That's hilarious. That's cool. Wow, that wasn't okay. Loon's Echo. That makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, Camille's ability really caused some weird bugs I remember seeing. So that kind of makes Camille a lot stronger just because now she will actually guarantee to stop these champions with her ult. Let's see, Frozen Metals off. Extra mana. Okay. Off mana lock. That makes sense. Alright, fix Brand's ult. Okay, whatever. And we have some new soundtrack. So that's pretty cool. So alright, so overall, what are my thoughts? I like it. I like that's not big a patch. I mean, the 9.16 patch was huge. 9.17 was also pretty huge. So I like that this, you know, with a weekly patch, I mean, most people by the time they realize it are probably playing 6 days on a patch, or maybe less than that, maybe, you know, 3 to 5 days on a patch before it's a new change. So I know I stay on top of this a lot, and I play TFT every day. So, you know, I really enjoy the weekly patch changes. And I like that this one is a lot less than the other ones. You know, I like that they finally improved the systems. They changed the XP amount. This is the huge one that they balanced out the item drops. So now the game will feel more fair. This is huge. The champion tier drops is really massive. So that makes get to 5, kids. Get to 5 fast and, you know, stay there for a while. Tier 3 is pretty crazy. Got these stacking, and then they introduced some more 9, made wild more useful. Made the traits, so it doesn't really change the whole meta a lot. I think it actually makes assassins a bit better with the Katarina nerf and the Akali damage buff. They made Nivea better, so honestly they brought all the stuff that was weak up and only nerfed some of the things that were strong down. But I'm really interested to see how this plays out, because this is the first honestly big like system change versus like champion or trait change. And so I think the game's in a good slate. I think you can win with a lot of different comps now. So I'm excited to see what this is like and look forward to playing this. So if you enjoyed the video, just let me know. Leave some comments with any criticism you have. It's my first video I'm ever publishing, so you know I appreciate anything, any helpful feedback, positive or, you know, negative. Let me know I can improve on. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you all later.